Good afternoon, Master Tanaka. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, friend Helena. I am Mother Mary, here to bring you a few words. When interpreted as a factor that you have generated for yourself through an energy called self-love, the whole human process benefits this incarnation. Remember that self-love is a full energy in your being. So, when you start to guide so that this self-love flows within your being, a whole self-interpretive process changes because now your consciousness is recognized as love. This self-love starts to guide you, consistently generating within yourself a proposal so that this form is always guided within an unconditional process thus. All the words that you start to lead to your own being resonate with a process that is being established by the spiritual plane, and naturally, you begin to exercise your free will and to orient yourself so that the process of acceptance and allowing is part of a daily experience, part of a process of interpretation that you generate of yourself. Of course, each human being here on an earthly plane, generating his process of experiences, has a goal. He can always exercise through a particular goal, which is favorable to all beings. So, understanding that each being on an earthly plane performs its own function, fulfills what it has determined for itself, becomes a favorable consciousness. That is why it is always advised that the more aware you are of what you are orienting yourself, of what you are inserting into your plan of self-indoctrination, the greater the benefit will be. Self-indoctrination begins from the moment you generate your reincarnation process. So, everything that you are accomplishing in the moment now is comprised in your plan of self-indoctrination. But as you have a resource called free will, naturally, this self-indoctrination can always be reoriented to lead you to a process of self-understanding. When you generate acceptance in yourself, understand that there is a greater consciousness that is always guiding all beings, and accept this greater consciousness as your consciousness. Then, of course, everything you start to accomplish in your daily life is aimed at a common well-being. It is aimed at a process of understanding that is connected to all beings, even those who have lived within these experiences. Therefore, when you are here, always remember that everything you do in your daily life has value for all beings. Everything you lead into your being in the form of information, in the form of interpretation, is also being led into a collective consciousness. And of course, when you generate this information yourself, you are always guided by this form, greater consciousness and unconditional love. Of course, all that is being conducted for all beings to experience themselves is this unconditional love. That is why when you are aware of what you are accomplishing, you will naturally realize you are here now. You are here, generating a process in which it is established that the collective consciousness can also vibrate in this unconditional love. So, within a whole process in which you are generating for yourself this allowing, where you are generating acceptance in yourself, what fills all your electromagnetic fields is precisely that, acceptance and allowing. That is why each of you becomes a channel. And this channel that is being established with us, that we are on the spiritual plane, is precisely the channel you are determining for your interior. With these words, I say goodbye. Thank you very much.